Sometimes I like to order a bunch of things from Taobao in China, and I have it sent to this shipping company that then puts it in these larger boxes and puts it on a ship to New Zealand. It's pretty cheap, the downside is just that it takes about 2 months delivery time. But because of the recent shipping issues that the world has been experiencing, the delivery time was actually 4 months. So at this stage, I actually don't even remember what I ordered. So I figured, why not make one of those unboxing mystery box YouTube videos, and we can kind of find out together what it is I ordered. And I'm hoping it's gonna be like fun stuff, like technology stuff. But yeah, if I'm really unlucky, it might just be boring stuff like clothing. Ooh, all right. We hit jackpot on our first box. This looks definitely camera related. So this might be a reflector, or even better yet. So this is kind of the shape of what you would normally have with like a reflector when you're out taking photos or videos. But it actually has a green screen material. So even when I'm outside, I could potentially... actually, I don't even know. Why did I buy this? I don't even know why I bought this, but I see a certain potential of having a portable green screen. That is pretty cool. I guess I could do like one of those memes where you have to sit in a Zoom meeting for the office, but you're actually outside out in nature, but you'll make it look like you're in an office. So that'll be fun. I guess I ordered this, but I mean Ted seems to be excited, but I have no idea. What is this? What is this? I have no idea. Oh well, it can't all be fun stuff. What do we have here? Oh, right. That is pretty cool. Now, what am I actually going to use this for? That remains to be discovered. This feels very light, so... Whoa! Alright. Well, that was a little bit surprising. I guess this is a super small reflector. Why did I buy that? Because they're not really that useful when they're that small. Because this kind of reflector, like if you're taking a portrait of someone, you're just kind of blind as a person. I like to use the white side of it, definitely. But the white side... Oh, someone is getting a little bit sleepy. Or maybe hungry. But so the white side is definitely more useful for portrait. But if it's too small, it doesn't really make a difference. And I mean, especially you will have to... Someone is actually going to have to stand there and hold this up. So... Is that going to be worth it when it's that small? I guess we can actually try it out right now. No, we cannot because there's no light shining in. But maybe you see a little bit of extra... light on my face. A little tripod. I guess that could be handy. I mean, it is very plasticky, but I guess that's what makes it so light. Could be good to have. I suppose. I suppose I bought 2 of them. Seems to be something you put on top of the camera as a little LED light. It feels very light, so I'm pretty sure there's no battery in it. Oh, and at the top it has another cold shoe. So I think the reason I bought this was because I was going to do some vlogging and the microphone was getting into the frame. So I figured if I put the microphone on here, it won't be in frame. And also I'll get some little bit of light. Now I don't do that anymore, so I guess I also won't be needing this. But I'm sure at some point I'll figure out a use for it. Oh boy, oh boy. Another one of those lights. So this could be a different color, but it might not be. So maybe I should just leave that one in the packaging, because maybe I'll sell it later on, or who knows. And I also bought another one of that LED lights. Why did I do that? Huh. I mean, you can only fit one of these on the top of a camera anyway, so why would I want two? I mean, I guess suppose if it's a cold shoe at the top of it, I suppose I could put two of them together. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. So far, I guess I haven't really found anything super useful, but we're getting there. We still have 2 more boxes. Oh, alright. This is a display turntable. So I could put something on this turntable and oh yeah, it's not battery driven. So I would connect this thing, and yeah, I would just it will turn whatever I put in here slowly around. Why did I buy that? It could have been for I'm not sure how to pronounce that word, photogrammetry or something like that, where I want to take many different angles from something. Like, let's say I found a certain stone and I want to have it as a 3D model, and I want to take it at different angles. That might have been why I bought it. I really don't remember, but it could be cool. And also the website that sold this, you could choose so many different sizes. They even had one that was that could handle so much weight you could even stand on it yourself if you wanted to capture yourself as a photogrammetry, or however that is pronounced. So I guess if I try this one and I like it, maybe that's why I bought it, just as a kind of a preview, so that I know if I like if I want to buy the bigger one. Maybe that's why. Who knows? Wow, I found something for Ted. How do I use this? This is supposed to be for you, Ted. You're supposed to like it. No, not for smelling. It's supposed to be for massaging. Does that work? I don't know. He seems unconvinced. Do you like that, Ted? Okay. There might be some value in there. I believe it cost me, I can't remember, but it was very, very cheap, so there seems to be some kind of value there. And actually, oh boy, here are quite a few of those. 2, 3, 4. Oh dear, how many of those? There's a lot of them. I'm not gonna dig them all up here just yet. I do think the reason I bought so many was because I would donate some of them to the rescue center where Ted came from, because yeah, maybe they want some. Who knows? I do actually have some friends who loves to pet Ted, but it's like really, they're like afraid of bacteria or something, so I think this will be pretty suitable for them. Yeah. Why would anyone not want to pet Ted? That makes no sense. Oh, a sleep mask. That could be useful. Yeah, we all know how a sleep mask look. Not sure if a demonstration is a requirement, but this one is actually pretty good, I would say. Look at that fancy fabric. I hope the light... Oh man, I was supposed to have the lights on for this filming. Hopefully now you'll be able to see me. So, is that better? So, why did I buy it? Because don't get me wrong, oh actually I think it's this side. This looks super fancy. Yeah, I love it. But why did I buy it? I think this is what I was intending to use for all the chairs that I bought with the house. They look quite antique and cool, but the only problem is the fabric on them looks very worn out and brown. So I was thinking maybe I can just replace the fabric. I'll probably make a separate video about that. Okay, so in my defense, I do sometimes have like these kind of headaches where I feel like the headache is coming specifically from the neck. And this was like super cheap, so I figured, why not? Maybe this could actually help. I thought this would roll around. So I think that's why I bought it, and I figured it's so cheap anyway that if it doesn't work, you know, who cares? But now that I actually see how big this thing is and how much plastic is involved, I actually do feel a little bit guilty because this is kind of environmentally wasteful. So for now, let's think positively and let's hope that I actually will be using this. I'm not completely convinced yet, but I guess I do have a manual written in Chinese to learn more about how to use it. More of these. Oh, one of them is a different color. I guess if I want to use one for myself, I should definitely use the different color ones. I'll remember which one I used on Ted. Ooh, this is good. This is really good. This is a Bluetooth remote for my camera. In fact, the camera that I'm filming this from. So that will be really handy, I think. More sleep masks. More sleep masks. I guess I'm planning to do a lot of sleeping. More sleep mask. More sleep mask. Oh, this I've been looking forward to. This is an ND filter with 2000 in strength. So I did buy an ND filter for this camera that I'm filming on before, but I was kind of surprised that it did, I was kind of surprised that it didn't actually make that much of a difference. Whereas this one really makes the world dark. So I'm actually looking forward to taking some really long time lapses. Slow shutter, even though it's daytime. Hopefully I should be able to achieve that with this one. Cool. So this is a macro arm light that you put on the camera. These tiny little lights. And now you might think that, well, I already have those LED things that I just showed. Why can't I use those? Well, because if you're shooting something really up close, like a macro thing, then the lens might cause a shadow from that light. Whereas these little antennas, you can kind of go around the lens. No point in opening it, but maybe I should just have a quick look. Yeah, it's one of those annoying plastic things to open, so I'll just leave that unopened for now. Oh boy, that's a lot of these. A lot of these. I should have probably prepared like a box where I can actually put stuff in. I don't know what that is. Something you put around the camera lens. I'm not sure what that would be. Another thing you put around the camera lens. So this looks like the thing that I've been really looking forward to, which is a gradual filter. Now you might, let me just show you after I find the filter itself. Another sleep mask. Another sleep mask. Let's get this moving. Camera raincoat. Camera raincoat. Yeah, that could be really cool. Take out the camera in the rain. Yeah, I like that. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh yes. Okay, I have a buddy that's gonna be happy about this one. So I'm not sure if you can see that picture. yeah, you can. It's like a shock absorber for the camera. So the best way to explain it, I do have a gimbal for the camera, which is really good that even when you're moving around, the direction kind of stays the same. But the gimbals don't actually change the position, they just change the direction of things. And if you are in a very bumpy road or something like that, you want something that kind of absorbs the shock. So I actually have a friend who wants me to help him take a video of his car. I'll be riding in the back of his car, shooting his car, and I don't know what the road is going to be like. It might be a little bit bumpy, so this will really help me to kind of shock absorb. I am not going to open that because I'm so excited about this one. I fear that I will spend like a half an hour on it. And I have no idea how much battery I have left. Sleep masks, sleep masks, sleep masks. Earplugs, earplugs. I'm just gonna save those in the box itself. I guess for putting the sleep masks inside of. Camera tripod. I recently did buy a camera tripod. I mean, that's what I'm filming this on. So why did I buy a second camera tripod? Possibly because it's very cheap. I don't know. Maybe I just got tired of waiting 4 months for a tripod. Who knows? But all I can say is that this tripod actually looks like it's pretty good quality. Not great quality, but pretty good quality. I do believe that my other cheap tripod is actually feels more less sturdy than this one. This one actually does look pretty good. So I'm excited to try that one out. What are these? Oh, camera bags. I had this idea of trying to mount a camera bag on the backpack strap so I can always have it in front of me. Am I still interested in doing that, or am I just going to try to sell it or something? I don't know. I can't remember what the current plan is. But yeah, so if I attach this to the camera straps, that could maybe work. This is probably a bit bigger than what I had imagined. So I bought that one, and I bought one other one, because when you're waiting 4 months for something, you don't want to have to wait another 4 months if it turns out the fit is wrong. And when the price is really cheap, sometimes you just buy two of them, two different ones, just in case. Yeah, don't do that yourself, because that is terrible advice for anyone. But sometimes that's what I do. Oh yes. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So these are ND filters. There's a bunch of them in here. Ooh, I should be more careful. And they're actually a gradient, so they're not just one. They start very dark here and becomes very light here. Now, when I heard about this a very long time ago, I thought to myself, well, no one wants that, because how are you gonna make sure that the gradient starts at the right spot? But then I saw this one, and I realized, oh, they're square. So they're not something you screw onto the lens. You screw this thing onto the lens. But the actual glass, you actually just put them in yourself, and then you just kind of move them up and down until you find that, yeah, that matches the horizon perfectly. And that's what I'm actually really excited to try. Because I was doing a sunrise, the sky looked really beautiful, but I also wanted to capture the city, but the city was so dark. So I feel like I need to make the sky darker to be able to capture that. So really excited about that. It looks pretty fancy. I should probably have worn something like this for this video instead. Oh, that's pretty nice. Cool. So I got a similar shirt. I'm not sure if other people have seen these before, because I was a little bit surprised when I got my last shirt like this. So I figured, whoa, there's like a shirt inside of it, but then it turns out it's not actually. It's sewed into it. So maybe that's just me who don't know that some shirts are like that. But just the other day, actually, someone specifically chased me down and said, "Hey, you!" And he wanted to compliment me on my sweater. I'm not kidding you. And he thought it was, yeah, and then I explained, I can't remember exactly why, but I said like, no, this is just part of the sweater. And he was also mind blown. Although that was a very old man, so maybe it's just him and me who didn't know that some shirts do come like that. But in either case, I actually kind of like these colors, so could be nice. And one more shirt, but this one looks a little bit more on the plain side. So I guess that could work. Let's see what we got here. This box is unmarked. Alright. Okay, so this is probably not my best idea. This is a little skateboard for putting the camera tripod on. And I was thinking about building my own, I believe it's called a dolly track, where you build, I think out of PVC pipe, you build like a circle and then you can move the camera around that circle. And I figured maybe I can do this one for that, which is a completely theoretical idea, but I figured why not. It was cheap. Now that I feel that it's actually kind of heavy, probably not the best idea to buy in these kind of boxes where you're basically paying for the weight, not the size. So heavy stuff are not going to be that cheap when you include the delivery. What do we have here? Well, this looks expensive. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Wow, okay. I thought this was only cheap stuff, because I remember buying like really lots of things like this. So I wasn't really expecting expensive electronics. So I am quite happy now, because this is actually a gimbal for action cameras. So I can put this on my motorcycle, and as I'm leaning, the camera will still stay leveled, which is not super important. So I'm hoping I had a real reason for buying this, because I'm sure this gimbal cannot have been that cheap. So I think I did have a real reason for buying it. I just need to remember what it was. I'm not gonna open it because I would get stuck for half an hour. And this little guy, I can almost hear his tummy. Yeah, I know, you're very hungry. I know that. But don't forget, you're on a diet, right? Aren't you on a diet? Yes, I know you're hungry. This I need. These are GoPro stickers. So, yeah, how do you call it? GoPro mount stickers. So the things that you mount your action camera on, I'm not even sure why I'm calling it GoPro, because I'm using a different brand. But anyway, maybe they invented the system, I'm not sure. And you put these stickers onto something, and then you put the thing, so that you can just quickly release it and take it off. But the actual base unit you cannot release because it's stuck to the thing. So I think I had 2 of these. I used them up, one on the motorcycle and one on the kayak, and I want more of them. I went to the local shop. They were out of stock, of course, and the price was just something ridiculous. I was just like, what? That much for a piece of tape? Yeah. So this, I bought 4 of them, and I seem to recall they were like nothing. Basically nothing. Basically for free. So, very glad. I mean, 4 months wait is not ideal, but in this case I actually didn't. Wow, it's already been more than 4 months since my last kayaking trip. That is crazy. Ooh, Insta360. Ah, battery base. There's some upcoming projects that you guys should subscribe for, because there's some cool things coming. And I realized, but wait a minute, can I do that all in one battery? And the answer is probably no. So I bought a second battery. So that was probably a good idea. I seem to recall they were pretty good price. What do we have here? So, if I ever get into a serious fight, then I just... No, I don't think that's what it's for. Because it is made of plastic. No, this seems to be a finger mount for a action camera. Now, why would you do that? I don't know. I'm sure there must be a usage for this. So, I guess if you're boxing, you could attach it to your action camera. But that's... I don't think even the image stabilization can handle that, so... Oh, maybe it is for like BMXing or something. I'm not sure. Here are some more action camera related stuff. But what it actually... Oh, right. Okay. So I think I know what this is. But the reason I didn't recognize it is because it's not assembled. And it actually looks like it could be a little bit complicated to assemble. So, this is probably the most important thing why I did this order. I was trying to capture motorcycle footage, and the image stabilization that's done in post on these action cameras, they work as long as a single frame hasn't been smudged through motion blur. And the problem here is that every single frame was very smudged because it was just, the motorcycle just has too much vibration when you're running it. So this is a shock mount that you put right, yeah, so it kind of goes, that I'm very much looking forward to trying out. I have no idea if it's gonna help, but I would imagine it must help. Alright. I have a hat with that same kind of action camera mount. So I can have an action camera on my head without needing any kind of straps around the head. I don't have a use idea for that, but could be good to have. What do we have here? Okay, I think this is like an extension arm. If you want to have a light by your camera, maybe in the cold shoe like that, but you don't want the camera to be, the light to be right by the camera. That has kind of a boring lighting to it. So you want it to be a little bit offset, but you don't want to have a second person holding it or a tripod or whatever. So this gives a little bit of that offset. But the question is, does it give enough of an offset? I would imagine no, but should be interesting to try. What's in this mystery box? Oh, okay. I was just looking for something like this the other day, actually. So, a little, yeah, just a small head for a tripod. Could be useful. And actually, I know it's useful because I was looking for that the other day. Here are like tripod, how to say it, like tripod adapters. So you know that kind of camera tripod treads? This is that, but on the other side as well. Now, in most cases, you might ask, well, why would you need that? And in most cases, you would not need that. But in my case, I noticed that the kayak, the screws on the kayak is actually using the same kind of camera threads. So if I screw this into it, then I will have this remaining the other side, and then I can put my camera there. If I didn't want to use these stickers, which might not always hold up, it might be safer to actually connect it like that. Oh, we have something for Ted. I had forgot about this. I had forgotten. But Ted looks like he had not forgotten. He looks very excited. This is an action camera mount for Ted. Let's see. Ted is a bit of a big eater, so I don't know if this will really go. Oh no, it might. I might. And then we can finally see how does the world look like from Ted's eyes. I am looking forward to finding that out. RC Geeks. Alright, so this is the same kind of a stabilizer that I was talking about before, but a different design. And this one is already assembled, which is very good news, because I'm not even sure, I don't see any instructions, I don't even know how to assemble the other one. So basically, once you've attached this to whatever, like your motorcycle, then the camera goes here, and you see it actually goes in a little bit if I push it. So that should definitely be a really good shock mount. I feel like the amount of resistance is just perfect. So we are very excited about that. Professional drone accessories. Well, that's not good, because I just sold my drone. Literally days ago I sold my drone. So did I buy drone accessories? Well, I'm gonna have to check my order history to even know. It just seems like some kind of I don't know. I don't know. Well, I probably don't really want to end on a boring note, because so far this stuff has been really exciting. But this thing, this is a kettle. Should I open a kettle? Do you guys want to see a kettle? I don't know. There's a lot of weird people on YouTube, so I'll open the kettle. I'll show you what a kettle looks like. Well, I mean, it is a Xiaomi kettle, so there's a lot of Xiaomi fanboys out there. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone out there who wants to see this kettle just because it's Xiaomi. So you may call me a Xiaomi fanboy, but there is a reason why I'm a Xiaomi fanboy. I pick up my water from the spring water. The only downside to spring water is that it's very difficult to clean afterwards. With most kettles that you can find in New Zealand, the entrance is very small, so you can't really clean them. But this one actually has this enormous entrance. Oh yeah, the one I bought in New Zealand, it opens like this, so it's very difficult to clean. This one opens all the way out like this. You can just scrape it with like a metal brush and get it super squeaky clean. I already have one of these. I bought a second one so I can have one for regular water and one for spring water. I think we are done. So that was the fun part of opening everything. Now comes the very boring part of cleaning everything up afterwards. I've been here in this very situation many times before. If history repeats itself, probably I will leave my room looking like this for a couple of days or weeks, and hopefully I will muster up the energy to actually start organizing this stuff and clean it up. So I should probably get started, but first order of business, this guy is very hungry. Should we get some food? Ted, do you want your dinner? Well, he doesn't seem very excited about dinner, but I'm sure he's just bluffing. You want some dinner? Yeah, come on, let's go get some dinner. Oh, let's go get some dinner.